We recently met a stepfather named Kip who called his stepdaughter awful names and said he couldn't find anything good about her. No redeeming value as a human being. The 17-year-old Tory says she cannot stand her stepfather. Mom, Vicky, is caught in the middle. Well, they're all back with a bigger problem that has to get solved today. But first, here's what they have to say about what happened on the last show.
I hate my stepdad. He'll just yell at me and call me names.
She's a living, breathing piece of I see absolutely no redeeming qualities in this child. None.
Are you kidding me?
You get in that rage, and I get scared.
I'm scared of you. She acts like I scream and holler at her every day or every week.
do.
I don't speak to her for months on end.
You do holler and scream at me every day. Why do you think I go in my room if I'm not in my room?
I don't think Kip was very forthcoming about how he thinks he contributes to the stress in the household.
She has made our life miserable.
I told you I hated you, and I do hate you.
Kip made it seem like it was all my fault for his anger towards me.
She disrespects her mother constantly. She yells and screams, throws stuff back in her face.
We had a perfect relationship before she married you. And ever since she's been married to you, I don't know her anymore.
Tory made things seem to DrPhil that everything was happy until I came along. I would say no.
You don't say that your stepdaughter is a piece of with absolutely no redeeming value as a human being. You don't mean that, Kip.
DrPhil said, you're over the top with your response, so you look like the bad guy. And I think he's right in that.
A child who gets up on their hind legs and slaps their mother in the face, I'm not going to show you my grades, give me my space, that's spoiled.
I really don't think I'm that spoiled. I mean, I do get some stuff, but that's not like over the top spoiled.
I can't sit by and listen to this. I haven't done anything.
You did this. You can't listen to what you've done.
I want Kip to get over himself. He really has a lot of anger that he needs to be able to control.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Well, another big point of contention was the aftermath of a screaming match between stepdad Kip and Tory, an argument that got so intense that Tory called the police.
The Division of Arkansas and Family Services has determined that I am guilty of an allegation of suspected child maltreatment as a result of this 17-year-old screaming and yelling at me while I'm laying on the couch. I have to put my name in a registry as maltreatment to a minor. You've made a speech to call in state officials to have me registered as some kind of child abuser when I've never even touched you.
I'm glad you think that it was me, but it wasn't. It was somebody from the outside looking in, fearing for my life.
When they got back home, a knock at their door turned out to be a random visit by the Department of Child and Family Services. And when they got there, they did not like what they saw.
I sit back for months at a time with her talking about how Tory's out of line and how disrespectful she is and how horrible she is, but yet every day she's throwing something in her face.
He's lying.
I don't want this. I don't want that.
You have a voice, so start using it.
Since we got back from the DrPhil show, I have not had the desire, interest, or feeling to get involved in Vicky and Tory's little disagreements. A disrespectful or a smart-alecky stepdaughter is just not important to me.
I have not made any attempt to make peace with Kip. I just stay in my bedroom when I'm home and try not to speak to him.
Family Services came by last week on a surprise visit. They found Kip, the two little ones, and Tory in the home without me being here.
And the next day, Vicky got the call. If they came on another visit and Tory was here alone with me, without Vicky being here, that they would remove all three children and put them in foster care with the police with them. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Because of the Family Services rule, either Kip or Tory are going to be inconvenienced.
If Tory was to come home and I was here along with the children, I would have to stop what they're doing, get them in the car, and leave the premises.
My mom wants me to not come home after school I don't know what my mom expected me to do for 2 hours every single day.
Tory is not willing to be flexible in any sense of the imagination.
This is something that Kip brought on himself. He didn't have to threaten me.
If Kip is going to leave, then she needs to step up and watch her brother and sister.
My blood pressure has shot up. I wake up every day feeling like I'm in a nightmare. I feel like putting the kids in the car and leaving.
Well, Tory is here along with her stepdad Kip and her mother Vicky. What do you want to see happen now?
The house is on fire, and I'm not going to fight over the lounge chair and the remote control. I'm getting my kids and getting out. If she stays, she's welcome to stay and go to school there if she wants to. That's fine. I'm not going to tell her she can't. She's 17 years old. I understand that she doesn't want to drive around for an hour either with nowhere to go. I understand that. But by the same token, you know, I've got 2 kids that are hungry at 4 o'clock. It's time to start cooking dinner and doing stuff. At that point, when she comes home, I have to leave and go wander around somewhere. There's no threat of me hurting Tory. I'm not going to hurt her. I've lived with her since she was a child. We may get angry at each other, but I'm not going to hurt her.
But you did threaten to kill her.
DrPhil, I may have said death is coming and injury and heartache. There's no reason to bring it on your own family for no reason. I had a wisdom tooth pulled that day and was on medication and asleep and woke up to her screaming at me. So I don't know what I said, but the bottom line is I didn't hurt her or touch her.
Do you fear for your safety with him?
Only when he gets in like those rages. Like when we get in an argument and then when the argument goes over the top.
All right, do you have any responsibility in this at all?
I do have a role in this, and I do understand that. My attitude towards the situation hasn't helped any, and neither has my anger.
You feel like if you leave, he wins?
Like, I feel like if I'm the one that has to leave to go to school somewhere else and leave, like my mom, which I don't mind going to Florida, but I just feel like he would win. Like, he wants me out of the house so bad, and if I do go, then he wins.
So you have a lot of power in this situation. Mm-hmm. And you can pick up the phone and call the police or say that he said or did something, and you're in a world of hurt if that happens, right?
It's a scary situation to be in. I've got, you know, Tory holds the cards and DHS holds the cards, and it's a ticking time bomb for me. If she gets mad at me, my kids and I can be thrown out, or if DHS drives by, it's a very scary situation for me with my children. It's overwhelming for me.
All right, well, Kip gets furious when others think Tory is such an angel. And next, Vicky says that she caught the real Tory on tape when they were having a disagreement. Stay tuned. When Vicky first wrote in, she wanted help because her daughter and her husband are in a constant battle. Now, Kip claims his stepdaughter appears one way to the outside world, but is the devil behind closed doors. Now, last week, Vicky got into an argument with her daughter and turned on her video camera. Let's take a look.
Don't ask me to watch him because I want a freaking milkshake.
Well, don't ask me to go get it for you because you're too lazy or tired and don't want to get in the car and go do it yourself.
It's not that I even want a milkshake. I just wanted you to do something for me, but you won't, ever. All I wanted was for you for once to do something freaking for me.
Tory, do stuff for you all the time. You just don't appreciate it or realize it.
Name one thing you've done for me.
I brought you your dinner in your room tonight.
You're not bringing me dinner, Mom. I'm going to do something for me. I'm going somewhere to do something for me. All I want is a milkshake.
Well, a few days later, our crew was at Vicky's house, and in between interviews, the camera was still rolling when Tory began arguing with her mom yet again.
I'm doing this for you.
No, okay, I wish you would stop saying that because I don't want to do this.
It's not that you
Okay,
want to.
so you're doing this for you.
No, I'm doing this for you.
Okay, well, we've had this, I'm not doing
Because I want to get help for you, for Kip, for me. It's actually for all of us.
It's fine, just go change.
Tory, we left while you were doing your interview to give you privacy, okay?
Okay,
So I want the same from you.
but they don't have to leave.
He's in our bedroom with the TV on, with the kids in there, and the puppy. You think he's gonna hear anything that I say back here in this room? No.
It doesn't matter, that's not fair.
Tory.
It's fine! I don't know how many times I have to tell you, just go change. God. They get to stay, but I don't get to. I'm the one that has to leave. Always.
DrPhil.
Yeah, help me out here.
This is all a control issue. This type of behavior happens all the time. I love you, Tory. I know right now you don't believe that, but I do. Kip wouldn't hate you right now if I didn't allow you to manipulate me.
I don't hate you. I don't.
He hates the way that I have parented you. And he's right. I never follow through with discipline. You even tell me that. I tell you you're grounded, you're like, yeah, right. You never follow through anyhow. I get it. Your father and I are going to come together now and make decisions for you. You're not an adult yet. You don't get to make these decisions yourself.
The situation you're in, I'm just going to tell you, is not fair. You're getting pulled into adult issues, and it's not fair to you. Because you're just 17, and that's just a child. I mean, you still have stuffed animals on your bed, and you're having to deal with the politics and the issues associated with all of this stuff. And I'm sorry that you're in the middle of that. Can you ever remember a time that you felt safe and peaceful?
No.
You can't ever remember a time you felt safe and peaceful. And you see, that's terrible. Because I think children should be joyful. I think children should be, Robin and I always told our boys, you got two jobs: get an education and have a damn good time doing it. Be joyful in your life, have fun. And if you don't feel safe, and you don't feel like you belong, and you don't feel like you're wanted, then when you do get leverage, when you do get power, it's awfully hard to not seize that and look at it as a defensive posture to try to keep people away. Doesn't the legacy of anger has to stop? I mean, at some point, doesn't she deserve to feel safe? Now, is she being manipulative here? Is she putting on one face for the world and another face at home? She's 17. She's 17.
But we're jeopardizing two small children. I understand her well-being is important.
We're finding a solution so we don't jeopardize those children. That's what I am here trying to talk about. But we've got a situation here where a family is fractured, and at some point, this needs to stop. Well, we're tackling a feud between a stepdad and his stepdaughter. Now, Kip has called Tory a monster with no redeeming value. Tory just wants to throw in the towel and move out of state. Vicky feels she's like a tug of war. She's got her husband here, she's got her own child here. This is a busy situation.
In the name of keeping peace in the house, I have allowed this distance to grow. Because if I didn't deal with it, it would be okay.
Peace at
But
any
it's
price.
not.
Peace at any price is no peace at all.
I know.
It's peace in the moment. Your job is to prepare her for the next level of life. Your job is to get her ready for college, to get her ready for marriage, to get her ready to be a parent. That's your job. And it's your job is to support her in doing that. It is not your job to attack her daughter.
And I've stopped that. I have stopped that. Since we met last time, when all this has happened, the finger pointing doesn't matter anymore about who called the police. A lot of my resentment was that this thing about getting on a list and all, which I think is ridiculous, and everybody else does too. I blamed her for it. If she hadn't have been yelling at me, if she hadn't have done this, and at this point, it's like, who cares? Who brought it on?
But this isn't a Tory problem. This is a family problem. And you're right, you do own a lot of this.
I do.
You own a lot of this because you haven't taught her.
That's why I'm here, DrPhil. I want to make it right for Tory. I want to make it right for all of us. We all need help.
Then you
And I
have to
need to make
stop
it right.
checking out, because you have checked out. You
right.
cannot afford to disengage. You can't afford to withdraw, and you can't afford to deny that you're so depressed that you could scream. I think a light bulb came on over your head the last time you were here. You were behaving in an absolutely unacceptable way. You don't do that. You're an adult. You don't scream and yell and cuss and say the things that you were saying to this girl. I don't care if she's the stepdaughter from hell. You don't do that. You like to play the victim. It's like, oh my God, I've married into this and now I've got her and she goes out to school and she's just peachy and everybody thinks she's just the most charming little girl in the world. And then she comes home and she's a tyrant. You think nobody gets that kids can be one way out there and another way at home. We get it. It's not my first rodeo. I didn't just come in on a load of turnips,
I was
okay?
afraid you didn't get it, but okay.
No, I told you I got it last time. I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
Well, she is charming.
I
and
grew up with
beautiful,
three
you know?
sisters. I get it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Seriously.
I don't feel like the victim. I feel like there's two children who could be victim. I don't want to be the victim. I don't care about being
But
the
if you're
limelight
worried
or-
about those two children, then you need to man up and do what you need to do as a mature person. You don't yell and scream, and you're saying you've stopped that. And browbeating her, yelling and screaming about her to her behind closed doors isn't going to help either. This is her mother. If it comes down to a choice between you and her, you're going to lose.
I understand. But
You're going to lose. We don't want that.
The day that I was yelling and screaming was the snow day. The snow day where the children were out of school, all three of them, and Vicky had to go to work. And Vicky told Tory, you know, Kip can't leave. He's got two small children here to watch. Johnny had been sick. They got nowhere to go. Come with me to the office, to the library. And Tory refused and said, I don't care. I'm not leaving. And Vicky said, well, they could come. They could take everybody. I don't care. And at that point, you know, I reacted.
Well, did you think it was reasonable for him to load up two children, one of them sick, and leave instead of you going to the library?
No, I told her I would stay home and watch him.
You just wanted him out.
Yeah.
Tory,
Look,
Mom, I told you. I said.
you told me I am not getting out of this bed.
Yeah, but
it's my day off. I'm stressed out, and I'm not getting out of this bed. Leave me alone.
Yeah, and I also said that I would watch them. You said Kip can't leave. I
From your
said
bed?
with the kids. Yeah. They just play in the playroom.
do you agree that this situation is so volatile that you two can't find a way to coexist?
I think it could get to the point where, like, we can coexist with each other. But we're not to that point yet.
All right, we'll talk about what I think needs to happen for sure when we come back.
You don't get along with your own father either. Is it just me, or is it everybody you've lived with? You went and lived with a couple that took you in, and then they dropped you off back at your dad's 2 months later and wrote us a letter talking about what a nightmare and controlling person you were. So it's not just me.
I don't think he meant that when he said it. I think it was in anger. And you can't just be telling your parents what you're going to do and what you can't do. You can't talk to your mother like she's your personal assistant. And kids, and I'm talking about kids in general here, but you know, kids sometimes in this day and time have a certain degree of entitlement, and you've got an issue of entitlement here, and if you don't want to be treated like a personal assistant, then you need to not act like a personal assistant. And you need to be as charming, at home as you are everywhere else. With your own mother, and show her some respect, because we did some checking. We've talked to your youth pastor, we've talked to different people around, and they all describe you as unbelievably charming and accommodating and a willing spirit and pitch in and help and just anything you can to make things work and get along. So why do you reserve that for strangers?
Because I've been shipped between parents my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
And you want to close that gap. Do you believe that your mother loves you? Do you believe that she wants the best for you? Do you believe that she is willing to work at that, as evidenced by her being here?
Yes.
I mean, seriously, we're on the DrPhil show. You came halfway across the United States to do this.
My fear, Dr. Phil, is that old habits are hard to break, and it's going to be real hard for her not to do for Tory. You know, I understand. You know, I don't blame Tory. I would love to be able to order somebody around.
Kip, give us a chance.
Okay, I'm just saying, that's my fear.
Okay. Kip, and you, my friend, are right. Old habits do die hard. And as I've said before, you're long on mouth and short on ears. So, and you need to start listening, and you need to give her a chance.
Okay.
You need to give everybody a chance. And look, I understand you guys do need to sit down and work through some of this. And I'll tell you what I think needs to happen is you and your mother need to have some opportunity to sit with some professionals that I will arrange and provide for you without Kip or anybody there. So there are some resentments that need to be dealt with. But you have to be willing to say, you know what, I'm old enough now that I have to be responsible for managing these relationships in my own life. All right, so we're going to calm down a bit and we're going to follow this situation. All right, next, you're going to meet a stepdad who says it's gotten so bad at home that one of his teen stepdaughters ran away and refused to come back. We'll be right back. Well, my next family was here for a show we taped recently with Mom Vicky and stepdad Kip. Mother Tish says she's trapped between her disrespectful daughters and her new husband. But the teens say the stepdad is the real problem at home. It's gotten so bad, one daughter just ran away. Take a look.
I am an old school dad. I expect disciplined kids, obedient kids, and do what I ask them to do without any ifs, ands, or buts about it.
The minute he gets home from work, he immediately asks my sister and I if we've done the laundry, if we've done the dishes, and he's constantly on us.
You need to do this because you are the oldest out of the bunch.
Two people should have to do a family of 7's laundry.
With Danielle and her sister, it's always, I don't want to do that, or why should I have to do it?
Danielle and April are pretty disrespectful to Joe. They just don't feel like they need to do anything he says.
I work my butt off to give the kids whatever they want, but they just won't follow the instructions that I am giving them.
When me and Joe get in an argument, he'll mock me. Joe's told me that I'm stupid. He makes me feel little, and he's really good at it.
I have called them dumb and stupid. When you do dumb and stupid things, it makes me want to call you dumb and stupid.
I'm always in the middle. I feel like I have to choose between my daughters and Joe.
Okay, well, Danielle is here without her younger sister who ran away because she doesn't want to live with Joe anymore. Now, we're going to find out what's happening with that in a minute. But first, I want to talk about this situation. You saw the work that I did with Kip and Vicky.
Yes.
You saw that.
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about the labels that you use?
I feel dumb and stupid myself now.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you've been going to school on all this just since you got here. Mm-hmm. You know, think about little kids playing in the yard. You're dumb. You're stupid. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what you expect from a child.
Sure.
And you're an adult. And you're expected to rise above all of that and conduct yourself as an adult, true?
True.
But you lose all credibility when you stoop down to that level. That's got to stop.
Yes.
What do you think about what I'm saying?
I agree. I just believe, though, that what he tries to say is that the way they're acting or the things they have done are dumb and stupid, and it comes out, you know.
Tell us the
Okay,
things
so you're
we've done are
defending
dumb and
him, in
stupid,
other
though.
words.
No.
Well, no, look, come on. You guys, you didn't just meet me. You've been,
Right.
I mean, you've been here.
Right.
You know I'm going to ask the hard questions. You just said, well, yeah, but though I really think he's just kind of labeling their behavior. What a crock. I mean, if he's saying it, he's saying it.
You're right. You're right.
I mean,
I agree.
Look, well, you don't change what you don't acknowledge.
Right.
And if we're going to fix the situation, you seriously, you've got to acknowledge what's wrong and what's toxic in the situation. That kind of parenting is ineffective and immature. So it's got to go on the hit list, to-do list. And when I say that to him and he owns it, and then you try to make an excuse for him, I think, who the hell side are you on?
I agree.
You got me?
Yes.
I'm just trying to point,
agree.
we got to call it what it is. What
Right.
do you want to say?
Like when she just labeled it as the things we do are dumb and stupid, he never makes it seem like the things we do. It seems like he's saying it straight to us. We're dumb. We're stupid.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. That's,
Yes.
you wish you didn't,
Yes.
but that is what
It's
you do.
in the heat of the
Despite
moment,
her
it-
trying to spin it, that is what you do.
Yeah.
And that's what you hear. Okay, wish you hadn't said that now, don't you?
Yes.
Good. 'Cause
Yes.
no, seriously, because I don't want you saying that. Are you being difficult in this family?
When they're constantly on me about stuff, and I'm gonna do it, but it has to be right now, right then, right when they say it.
Well, that's because they're the parents. Right? As difficult as it is, and being a teen is really difficult. I mean, it is. Robin and I raised 2 boys, and you're right at that point where it's hard to have somebody dictating to you. But right now, they do feed you, they do clothe you, they do house you, they do take care of everything, and they are responsible for you. So you're in a tough spot, but you've got to acknowledge that is where you are right now. And then the day will come when you'll be a parent and you'll go, oh, yeah. I remember a long time ago when they used to have TV, I was on the show, this bald guy, and he told me that. And it'll make more sense to you then than it does now.
That's what I'm trying to prepare them for is, just doing the simple things in life, the laundry and the dishes and
Yeah, but you
stuff.
come down to like you're our age, and you'll
I
mock
know.
us if we
Yeah,
say
have
something.
you told her that she is a up and it's not going to amount to anything?
You refer us to our dad as we're an up. You've done that.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What school of motivational thought did that come from? Because logically, commonsensically, you know that's not how you motivate somebody. That
Right.
tears them down. It derogates them.
Yes.
So what is making you do that?
Just the fact of coming home and things aren't done right, or I don't know for sure what's making that.
It's frustration?
happen. Yeah, mostly, yes.
And so you think, I'm frustrated that she hasn't performed as well as I wish, so I think I'll demean her self-worth and esteem and see if that makes her do better. When you break it down, it doesn't make much sense, does it?
No. Not at
Okay,
all.
all right. Next, Danielle's younger sister ran away, so they called the police. They launched a search. I'm going to tell you what happened there, then we're going to see what we need to do here. And this isn't just all about you.
I think Joe's really disrespectful sometimes. Joe always reminds everybody how he's the one who puts the roof over our head. He pays for everything. He thinks he's the king of the house most of the time. I've told him he's not my dad, so stop trying to act like he is. If anything, my mom's my boss and not you.
We're talking with a mom who says her teenage daughters just simply can't stand their stepfather. In fact, one of Tish's daughters, April, recently ran away. Take a look.
We're at the police department waiting for an officer to meet us here. 3 days ago, Danielle's sister April ran away. Joe and I drove across several counties. We are driving over by April's ex-boyfriend's because we believe she's over there. We filed a missing person report, a runaway report. We went to the local malls to hand out her pictures. We did everything we could. We're getting ready to go to the police department to see if they will escort us over to April's biological father's house, and I'm gonna try to see if we can get her to talk to us.
As it stands right now, she is over at her biological dad's. It makes me madder than a hornet's nest. No mom should have to go through that. It just made my wife very frustrated.
Okay. Do you care for her?
Yeah.
How long have you known her now?
About 10 years? No, 11 years.
How do you feel about her?
Love her.
How often do you tell her that?
Not very.
Why not?
I just don't know.
Do you think he has any positive regard for you?
I mean, about 90% of the time, I don't.
Do you wish you felt that from him?
Yeah,
Why do you care what he thinks?
because I don't have a dad around and I need one.
How do you feel when you hear her say that?
It breaks my heart.
The role that you can play with her is so critically important. Because research tells us that girls that grow up without a good relationship with a male role model in their life are so much more susceptible to getting pregnant early, to picking bad men, picking men indiscriminately, because they don't know. They go out and some guy says, hey, I'll love you and treat you well. If they've never felt that, they have a tremendous hunger for it. But if they say, look, there's a man in my home that loves me and treats me with respect, and what else you got for me? You're going to have to treat me well and earn my love and respect, and I value myself enough to not let you use me or my body. I mean, there are all kinds of things that you can critically, importantly add to this situation.
Okay.
And you, as frustrating as this has been for you, you do want that, right?
Yeah,
Tell him why.
because I need someone around and I need someone I can look up to as a father figure. And I don't even remember the last time I've ever had a father figure in my life. I don't have that.
Tell him what that would mean to you.
It would mean a lot. It really would, to have someone there for me.
How does it make you feel that she values that from you, that you have that to offer her?
Good. I mean, great. That, yeah, I never knew that you wanted any of that. So, yeah, it opens up a whole new ball game to try and do. Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, you can help with enforcement. You know, you guys can have rules that you follow, and you can be involved in that. You can work to maintain normal boundaries. You can define a relationship with a child as an ally and a supporter. I'm not saying just be your friend. You are an authority figure, but you can be an ally. You can be somebody that says, look, I got your back at school or with your friends or whatever. And you just don't want to have unrealistic expectations. Relationships are built with history and time. They're not just assigned. Sure. You want a good relationship with her, you got to invest in it and earn it. And it's so important that you support her relationship with her biological parent. This isn't a competition between you. And you don't ever want to play favorites between biological kids and stepkids. Are you willing to take a new run at this? I mean, open your heart and say, look, because I mean, he's here. You got to give him credit. He must really, really want to do something here and make this work. Do you think he's being sincere?
Yeah.
So are you willing to give this a shot?
Yeah.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.